let's talk about a kind of scary number. Did you know that 99% of the people who visit your website will probably just leave and never come back? It's a huge problem. But today, we're going to break down Alex Hormozi's strategy to fix it. And get this, it doesn't involve spending a single extra penny on ads.
All right, so let's get right into it. We're kicking things off with what Hormozi calls the 99% problem. And trust me, it's almost guaranteed this is happening on your website as we speak.
So why is this happening? Well, you've got to put yourself in your visitor's shoes for a second. They land on your site, they barely know who you are, and bam, you're hitting them with a big ask like book a call or get a quote. It is literally the business equivalent of asking someone to marry you on a first date. It's too much, too soon. So, of course, they get spooked and they bounce, and you've lost them for good.
And this is where the huge mind shift comes in. You have to stop asking for their wallet right away. Instead, you offer a gift. Seriously, a free gift. Because when you give away something valuable for free, you're not just grabbing an email address, you're building trust. And in this game, trust is absolutely everything.
Okay, so a free gift sounds great, right? But what does that actually look like? Well, this brings us right to the heart of Hormozi's entire strategy. It's called the lead magnet, and you can think of this thing as the powerful engine that makes this whole system work.
Now, a really great lead magnet does two things masterfully. First, it solves one tiny, super specific problem for your perfect customer. But here's the magic trick. In solving that small problem, it shines a giant spotlight on a much bigger problem. A problem that, surprise, surprise, only your main product or service can solve. It's the perfect setup. And if you want to understand the psychology behind why this works so incredibly well, honestly, you just need to think about your last trip to the grocery store.
You know how it is, right? You're walking through Costco, you smell those little teriyaki chicken samples, you try one, it's amazing, and before you know it, a giant family-sized pack of it is in your cart. A lead magnet works on the exact same principle. You're giving someone a free, no-risk taste of how good your stuff is. It makes them feel confident, and it makes them want more.
But it goes even deeper than just a free sample. I love this quote from Hormozi. When someone pays with time now, they're more likely to pay with money later. Think about that for a second. When someone downloads your checklist or uses your free tool, they're investing their time. It's a small yes. And that little psychological investment makes the next step, paying with actual money, feel like a much smaller, more natural leap.
All right, so we get the why now. Makes a ton of sense. So let's get practical. Let's talk about the what. What kind of lead magnet can you actually build for your business? This is your toolkit. You've basically got three main flavors to choose from here. First, you can reveal a problem they didn't even know they had. Think of like a website speed test that shows them they're losing customers. Ouch. Second, there's the classic free trial or sample. And third, and this one is super powerful, you can give them just the very first step of a bigger process. Because once they finish step one with your help, well, who do you think they're going to call for step two?
And you can deliver these magnets in a bunch of different ways. We're talking software, tools, guides, free audits, even physical stuff like books. But hey, don't feel like you have to stick to just one box. Some of the best lead magnets actually mix and match. You know, like a free calculator tool that spits out a custom PDF report just for you.
Okay, now let's talk about something that is so important, but it's where tons of people totally mess up. You can create the most amazing lead magnet in the entire world, but if the name is boring, nobody's going to download it. Simple as that. The name is the sales pitch. Think about it this way. Nobody wants to sign up for a squat seminar. That sounds like homework. But a big booty boot camp? Now you're talking. See the difference? It might be the exact same workout, but one name sells the result people actually want, and the other just describes the boring process. You've got to sell the destination, not the airplane.
And here's the best part. You do not have to be a creative genius to come up with a great name. Hormozi gives us these amazing plug-and-play formulas that just work. Look at them. Every single one is focused on getting a result, how fast you can get it, or how to avoid some painful mistake. They're literally engineered to make people want to click.
I know. Looking at a list of formulas can feel a bit much. Like, which one is right for my business? Well, the answer is actually super simple. Stop guessing. Just ask.
And you don't need some huge marketing budget for this. Seriously, just run a poll on your Instagram story. Text 5 of your favorite customers and ask, hey, which one of these sounds better to you? You could even run a tiny $5 ad test. Just let your actual audience tell you what they're most excited about. They will give you the answer.
Okay, so you did it. You built an awesome lead magnet. It's got a killer name, and the leads are finally starting to pour in. Woo! But now comes the most important piece of the puzzle. How do we turn those leads into actual money?
And this is going to sound crazy, but this is where most businesses completely drop the ball. They build this amazing free resource. They deliver a ton of value, and then crickets, nothing. They just completely forget to tell the new lead what to do next.
So your call to action, your CTA, it needs to be crystal clear. And luckily, there's a simple 3-step formula. 1, be super direct. No more, learn more. Say, click here to download the guide. 2, state the exact next action. And 3, you gotta give them a reason to do it right now, not later.
And that third step, give a reason, is pure psychology. Humans are just wired to respond to the word because. There was this famous study where people would let a stranger cut in line for a copy machine as long as they gave a reason. Even a dumb reason like, because I need to make copies. It didn't matter. The reason itself was less important than just having one. So you always have to give a reason to act now.
So let's wrap this all up. The big idea is this. Stop thinking of your website as a place for a one-time transaction. Start thinking of it as the beginning of a relationship. Offer that gift, that free sample of what you do best. You'll build trust, you'll get way more leads than you thought was even possible, and you'll actually grow your business. So the big question I want to leave you with is this. What valuable free sample can your business offer starting today?